We want to switch gears a little bit now, and we are going to talk about some work that the Institute of Marine Affairs is doing. And to do that is Ms. Rahana Juman, who is the Acting Deputy Director of Research, and Ms. Lorraine Barrow, who is the Chief Information Officer acting at the Community Research Symposium that is coming up.
Yes, it is.
So what can we expect with the symposium?
Okay, so at the symposium, it takes place tomorrow, Wednesday, the 28th of March, at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation in the auditorium. And we will be engaging a number of our stakeholders, community persons, the fisher folk, residents, etc., the business persons, and if possible, a few school students. The IMA is looking to deliver its presentations on the issues within that area from Caroni to Pointe-à-Pierre, critical issues, and we want the community to come out to hear what we have to say, and of course to raise any concerns they have that we would like to address as well.
And the theme for the symposium is From Caroni to Pointe-à-Pierre, Conserving Our Coastal Environment.
Yes, this is our fourth community research symposia. We've had 3 before, one in Toko, one in Chatham, and one in Mayaro. This is our 4th, and the intention, of course, is we're a research institute. We do research on the marine and coastal environment, and we want to bring the information to the people on the ground where action can be taken to, to mitigate some of the issues that we have identified with regards to our coastal and our marine environment.
And what are some of these issues?
One of the significant issues within that particular area is pollution from land-based sources. So you have, for instance, within that area, you have the Caroni Swamp, which is a wetland of international importance. But this swamp has, over the years, been impacted by a number of things, from pollution to land degradation, in terms of people coming in and living along the edges and so on, and also hydrological alteration, changing of the patterns of the drainage. And of course, now we're dealing with impacts from climate change. So there's a number of things, so mainly those in terms of habitat degradation for built development. You have, because you've impacted on your ecosystems, of course it's going to have an impact on your fisheries, because your ecosystems, so your mangroves would provide habitat for your fish and so on. So you also have a lot of people within this area that are fishers, and their livelihoods are being impacted as well. So those are some of the key issues that we hope to bring to the community. And basically, we'll have the presentations by both IMA staff as well as invited speakers who have pertinent information for that area. And at the end of it, we're going to have a panel discussion with key people within the area to discuss what are some of the interventions that are already taking place, some of the things that are needed, and how people, stakeholders, can become involved.
Yeah, so it's a solution-based initiative.
Yes.
We always say people complain about everything.
Yeah.
So it's about time we get some solutions.
Yes,
That's the
definitely.
intention.
That's also a way as well to empower the persons in the community and to engage them, let them know what is going on and what the agencies, the government agencies are doing to assist in providing solutions.
And this is in collaboration with the Borough Corporation, the Chaguanas Borough Corporation, and throughout Trinidad and Tobago, where you have gone so far, 4 different places, you are collaborating with the regional corporation.
That's correct, yes, we have, yes.
For this particular symposium, we have been working both with the Couva, Talparo, Tabaquite Regional Corporation, as well as the Chaguana Borough Corporation. And we have been meeting with them, and they've been helping us in terms of engaging the communities, outreach and that sort of stuff, because we have to work together in order to really have action, in order to find solutions. So we're engaging with a number of stakeholders, including the corporation.
There was a story recently, I'm not sure if this falls under your jurisdiction, but it was the illegal dumping of some waste in watercourses.
Yeah,
in general terms, that is something that people always complain about, and we see it because now with social media, everything is on Facebook and Twitter and
in
Instagram.
real time, yeah.
And the problem is that I think there's a disconnect. We live on an island, so everything we do on land reaches our coastline before we even get there. So when we dump our garbage in the rivers or even in the drains and so on, by the time you go to the coast or to the sea to take a bath, you're swimming in your own garbage, and they just don't get the connection. So, I mean, it's important for us because as you would know right now internationally, microplastics and pollution from microplastic is a major issue because it's having such a negative impact on marine life. So, you know, it's also to make people aware of their actions and how their actions impact. Even culturally, for instance, we've had situations where people love to dump dead dogs in a river.
Oh.
It ends up in the swamp. It ends up in a lot of the wetlands and those kind of things. So I think, you know, not seeing it at your home, what you're going to see down the road.
Yeah, but these are things people, well, I think know.
You'd be surprised. Persons are always thinking that, well, the sea is large and it does not really affect us. It's going to be, you know, I would dump it in my backyard. It would not affect me. But eventually it goes down in the streams, you know, and, you know, underground, and it will get back to the sea. So basically it's just to educate, inform persons and to let them know that we need to conserve our marine environment. It's very important. It's very precious to us, especially for our generations to come. So it's an important symposium in getting that message across.
I feel as though I've heard things like these before.
Yes.
People just not listening.
Well, maybe we haven't been saying it the right way, or maybe we haven't been talking to the right people. I don't know, because, and that's one of the, why we took this initiative. Because the IMA, as I said, is a research institution, and in the past we've had research symposia where we would invite scientists, and we'll talk among ourselves, and there's no action. So we thought, let's take it where it matters. Let's take it to the people who are being impacted and affected, empower them so that they can then, you know, kind of urge their members of parliament, their representative, to represent them, to represent their issues, you know, because these are significant issues. It impacts your livelihood. It impacts your human health. You know, when you pollute, when there's fertilizers and pesticides and industrial waste, eventually it ends up in our food, and then we take it in. So these are the ways that we think it's important to, you know, put that knowledge out there so people understand, and then they can take action.
Yeah. So who can we expect to speak at this event? Are we getting any special guests? We have the people themselves coming out and talking, but what is the format of this program?
So basically we'll have, well, from the Institute of Marine Affairs, we'll have the researchers themselves present the information via presentation to the community. It's going to be very much understandable that persons can understand. We're expecting persons from Plipdeco and who can also give their perspective from a business or an industrial, a company's perspective on in terms of what they're doing to conserve the marine environment. And of course, there'll be a panel discussion after, which is very important, where we allow persons to raise concerns, ask questions, and that is the critical part, because the presentation, you deliver, you listen, you ask questions, but during that panel discussion is where we engage our participants. Participants being the business persons, the community, stakeholders, residents, etc. It's very important.
And it's open to the public?
It's open to the public, right?
So even if you're outside of the Cooper-Tabaqui-Telpa Regional Corporation or the Shogunas Borough Corporation, you are still welcome to be part of the discussion.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Institute of Marine Affairs will be hosting its 4th Community Research Symposium on Wednesday, 20th March 2018 from 12:45 p.m. at the Shogunas Borough Corporation Auditorium, and the theme for the symposium is From Caroni to Pointe-a-Pierre, Conserving Our Coastal Erosion. As our guests have told us, you know, this is something that we really, really need to deal with.
It's conserving our coastal environment. You said
Yes, coastal environment, my
coastal
apologies.
erosion is on your mind.
Yes. Every time I think about coastal
problem.
environment, I think about coastal erosion for some
But
reason.
that's okay, because it's all connected.
Yeah.
And again, you need the ecosystems like the mangroves and so on to protect your coastline from erosion.
Yeah.
So it's all connected.
So if they want to come, do they have to make an appointment or anything to come and join, or they can just come in and be part
If they know
of it?
today they want to come, they could probably call the Institute and let us know. But no, if they can't, they could easily come tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Rahana Juman, Acting Deputy Director, and Ms. Lorraine Barrow, is Chief Information Officer, for coming in and talking to us about this initiative. Thank you very much.